everyone, I am at IKEA right now, and today I'm going to be exploring some of their setups. They have house setups and bedroom setups just so I can get an idea on where they place their furniture and accessories. So today I thought I'd film it, give you guys a tour in case if you guys like some ideas as well. And of course they do have a welcome sign right at the front with a small little display, but I'm hoping to find one of the actual house displays, so let's go ahead and look for one of those. So right near the entrance there is a house setup that you can explore with a bedroom, a kitchen, a living room, and a bathroom too. So we're going to see how they designed it with furniture and accessories too. Let's go ahead and explore one of the main rooms first. Here we have the bedroom. It is quite spacious even though it is a smaller space compared to some of the other displays. But I love the color scheme of the space. It is mainly white, but they've used pops of color with the pillows and some of the furniture pieces too. So right in the back there is a storage space with smaller cubes and cupboards as well to store some items. I love the idea of mixing and matching different storage cubes. This one's a lot smaller than the one next to it. And then over here we have a cloth basket to store some scarves. One of my favorite features of the room would have to be this bright yellow wall feature. It is a perfect way to display jewelry and some of your accessories. So there are multiple holes in the wall so you're able to style it however you'd like. And then there are a couple of shelving units for shoes too. But let's go ahead and take a look at this wall feature again. What I love about the wall feature is it's yellow of course, but most of the accessories on top of it are white, which I really like. It separates the two colors, but I just love how you can constantly change it around and style it depending on what accessories you have. And it says on the note there that they use coasters to display the earrings, which is such a unique idea and something I never would have thought of. And right next to the main feature wall, there is some storage area. There are multiple shelving units and there are also cloth boxes to store some more items as well. So now it's time to go ahead and take a look at the bathroom. Again, most of the furniture pieces are white, but they've added really bright pops of color with the towels, especially the pink towels behind me and then the bright green towels over here, just so it's not completely plain. There's a teal and white color scheme for the bathroom. It is quite small. You can see that they have teal tiling in the shower too. And just before we move along and take a look at some of the other rooms in the house setup, I wanted to show you the other side of the bedroom. So they have a pink feature wall on one side, and I really love this accessory set. It is a furniture storage unit, but it's also a seating area too, so it's multi-purpose. And the next room we will be moving right along into is the living room. So, of course, it's styled like a classic living room. There's quite a large L-shaped couch in the middle. The feature wall is definitely interesting. So you can see it's pink, but then there's also some rose gold and grays as well. There's the TV over here, and I love how they styled this. And this has to be one of my favorite features in the living room. It's styled very similar to the feature wall in the bathroom as well, but instead of having jewelry there, they have some gaming items like headphones and video game controllers too. And over next to the couch, they have a small chair and they also have a display case with some books and magazines, and they all seem to be very pastel and very light green colors as well. I really like how they set up the kitchen. It suits the rest of the house setup, but I'd really like to take a look at the back patio first. It's right through here, so they have a pretend grass setup, but they have a bunch of mismatched chairs, but they're all suited to the same color scheme. It's red and gray and a dark blue color, which I really like. I like how they made it really different, but they all suit and work well together because they're all really similar colors. Now it's time to go ahead and take a look at the kitchen. So here's an overview. Again, they have a very similar color scheme to the living room. They use a lot of those pastel, the light colors, and especially the pink too. There is a really large dining table that's taking up most of the space in the middle of the room. Before we go ahead and move on to the next setup, I wanted to show you some of my favorite features of this space. So first off, there are multiple storage containers under the bed. It utilizes space since there isn't too much in this display, and it's hardly even noticeable. And one of my favorite decor items in the room would have to be this lighting display over the top of the bed. It is so bright, it matches the pillow colors on the bed too. It has a really fun floral design, and even though it retails for $98, I think it definitely brings such a great addition to the room. One item that I would love to purchase today and to add in my room is this clock. It looks very plain, but there's a note next to it saying that it has a sound sensor, and when you clap, the light switches on. One thing that I've noticed is IKEA loves using these feature walls. I think they're really great and they're so versatile as well. This one has multiple clips to display photos, and there's also cups to hold stationary items, but right at the bottom they have this laptop cushion, which is great to have, especially if you're not near a desk, and they have another one of the feature walls over here as well. Now that we have explored that house setup, it's time to go ahead and move right along to the next one. This one here is not necessarily how I would set up my room, but I would set it up more like the other one, but I still really like it. It's just not my taste. So the color scheme for this room is mainly black, but there's also some maroons and pale pinks too. But what I do like about this room setup is the storage. There are so many different cupboards, so you're able to store items. The other one, they show different ways where you could be unique to store some of your smaller accessories for them to be more of a display item rather than storing it away. But this one, you definitely could utilize the cupboard space by storing everything away so it's not shown. And let's go ahead and take a look at the living room here. Again, this is not how I would style my living room, but it's definitely a different kind of taste. It's a lot darker, the colors. There's blues, grays, and blacks. There are a lot of pillows on the couch though, which is surprising. I definitely wouldn't place that many pillows, but it's just to give you ideas of how you could style it. Over here we have the kitchen. I do love this kitchen. This kitchen is how I would personally style it over the other one. The table's a little bit smaller, so it's not taking up the whole room, and there's just plenty of cabinet space so you're able to cook and create different food. And then over here there is a small side table. This house setup is slightly different from some of the other ones that we have seen because the dining table is separate from the kitchen. A lot of the ones that we have already seen earlier, it's normally one room connected together where you have the dining room in the middle of the kitchen. But over here, there's the couch, there's multiple pillows on top of it, but let's go ahead and take a look at this table in the middle. It's quite small, but I love how it folds underneath each other. And as for this living room setup, it's in a complete different space from the one that I showed earlier on, but this is definitely not my taste and not my style. I'm not sure how to explain it. I just don't like how everything looks really cluttered. Over in the books in the back, it just looks way too filled up, and all the pictures are everywhere as well. Maybe it's just to give you an idea of what kind of pictures you'd add into the room, but I just don't like how cluttered everything looks. And I'd really like to know, are you more of an organized person, or do you have a lot of items all cluttered together? I'm somewhere in between, but I'm definitely not this messy and unorganized. But I do really like using a candlestick as a feature piece in the room. I think it's a really great decor item to add into your room setup. And here we have the connecting room. You can see the colors are quite dark. It was like a maroon color in the living room, and this one is more of a navy blue and gray. I do really like the bedding. It's gray and white, and then over here they have multiple hooks up against the wall so they're able to display scarves and bags. I do find this quite cluttering as well. Everything's just displayed. It's not in order. I would have really liked if they used one of those display boards that they've used in multiple other rooms, but over here there are plenty of storage spaces in this chest, and they use boxes inside of the drawers so they're able to store some of the smaller items too. But it's time to go ahead and take a look at the back patio setup, which is connected to the room, so let's go ahead and walk over there. I feel like a lot more of the decor and furniture pieces that they'll use here is quite plain. As you can see, it's just a classic setup, which I do like, but I prefer the other one where it was a lot brighter. So be sure to let me know what house or room setup was your favorite. Personally, mine was the first one. I do love the pops of color. It was so bright, and they had so many innovative ideas too. I definitely like to try some of those out, especially using pegboards as feature walls because you can constantly change it around and style it however you'd like. So thanks for watching.